go. 3 lights, 2 lights, 5 lights, and when they go out, it will be race time in Australia! JP Lou, he's not giving it up that easily! Oh, it's done it! What's happened? What is it gonna do? What is it gonna do? Are you kidding me? It's not enough! Anthony Waddington wins! They're going one way, and Anthony Waddington is the lead! Hello ladies and gentlemen, Fraser McKenzie here, commentator for the Extreme Racing League and racer in X3 and Talk of the Devil Formula 2. And welcome to this week's episode of the TOTD Show, where we bring you up to speed with what's been happening in the news over the course of the last week and get you ready for this weekend's action. This week, it's our homecoming! We're coming back home to Silverstone.
Yes! Yes!
And here we go. We have got a lot to get through today. We've got some new recruits. And on top of that, we also have the return of one of our longtime commentators. Plus, the results from this week's events and a preview of the British Grand Prix. So yeah, it doesn't look like the F2 results and standings have been updated. Not sure what's happening as far as the F1 standings are concerned. The F1 standings haven't been updated either. We need to get someone to get on top of those. I mean, if you need somebody to update the standings, I'm more than happy to help. But anyway, the Formula One results. Formula One results. Bearing in mind, it only goes down to 14th, unless what I do. Right. So I couldn't exactly use the. I couldn't exactly use the screenshots that were provided, so I had to go back to the stream to get the results. But what I do know is that in qualifying, we had Anthony Bauer for Haas on pole position. How's about that? And then we had Stephen Harrison getting the win, further increasing his lead at the top of the championship. Anthony Bauer, second place. Great performance from him. Anthony Waddington in third. Dan Blackwell in fourth. Patrick Horosco in fifth. Chris Harley, Liam Hardman, Andrew Jaschke, Matt Anderson, Arthur Bowler, Dean Barry, Oliver Sonnen, Joe Newman, Sam Congreve, Matt Goodyear, Scott Larvin, Gareth Lambourne, Bryce Falconer, and your two non-finishers, Gregor Telford and Jamie Keats. So that's the standings for the race. And we can't really do anything regarding the standings because they've not been updated yet. But at the end of the day, guys, if you need an extra pair of hands to help with the standings, I'm more than happy to help. Which reminds me, I need to get the highlight reels put together. I'll manage that. I'll manage that. I've got a bit more time on my hands, so yeah. Let's see. On to the XRL. So here we go into the XRL, And oh, sweet cheese and crumpets, what a field day that was. Action-packed all the way. And with his second DNP did not participate in a row, that has led to a drastic reduction at the top of the championship standings. Philip Nilsson still on 109 points. Anthony Waddington, thanks to his fourth place, 101 points, only 8 points behind. Then you've got Anthony Bauer with 99 points, Arthur Bowler with 71, Owen Lewis and Chris Harley on 70 points, both on 70 points, but Owen Lewis is ahead by virtue of having a race win under his belt. Then you've got Dean Barry on 68, Hanil Patel 46, Cesar Lopez the boss 40 points, JBL 16 points, Rian Fori 16 as well, but Rian Fori will be ahead by virtue of better race results. Michael Booker with 12 points, Irving Diaz and Jorge Simon both on 10 points, but Irving will be ahead as he has a 7th place over Jorge. Ivan with 8 points, Pushkar Nigam with 6, Callum MacArthur with 1 point, and then you've got Tom McGregor, Jack Smith and Elijah LeBlanc. Now, as far as where they are in the championship standings is concerned, Jack Smith will be ahead as he has finished higher out of the 3. Then after that, it is Tom McGregor, and then you've got Elijah after that. So that's the drivers' standings for the X1. And in the Constructors' Championship, you've got Red Bull increasing their lead at the top of the championship to 200 points. They are 41 ahead of Racing Point on 159. Then you've got Mercedes 103, Alfa Romeo 86, Ferrari 84, Renault 78, Williams 67, McLaren 61, Haas 51, and Toro Rosso bottom of the pack with 47. In the X2 standings, let's have a look and see what's happening there. The Drivers' Championship for the X2 standings are as follows. You've got Pete Pellini 3 points ahead of Jamie Keats after what happened. And actually, let's go through the results. You had Jamie Keats. Jamie Keats winning the race, and Pete Pellini coming in 3rd, and the other person on the podium, bear with me, turns out was a reserve driver. So, anyway, championship standings. Here we go. Pete Pellini 119, only 3 points ahead of Jamie Keats now. Chris Allen 86, Maxime Patou with 62, Matt Anderson 58, Derek Ekmanis 50 points, Neil with 47, Ken Helbostad with 42, Bryce Falconer with 35, Malbert Rogers with 31, Brendan Zarglis 23, Ricard with 14, Matt Piccolo with 12, Ben Hazelwood on 2, Johnny Davis on 2, Gareth Lambon on 1, and then you've got Tom Edwards, David Edgar, Jarvis Cummings, and John Singh yet to score. So that's the Drivers' Championships for X2. for the Constructors' Championship, you've got Alfa Romeo just 1 point ahead of Ferrari. Then you've got Renault on 145 in third. Toro Rosso on 81. Mercedes with 80, McLaren 74, Racing Point with 50, Williams on 26, Red Bull on 10, and Haas on 5 points. So it's not looking easy. Not looking good for the Haas team at the moment. And we're going with the X3 standings now. And bearing in mind, folks, I am using the gamer tags for this one. Bear with me. Unless I actually know the names of the gamer tags, know the actual names of the people using those gamer tags. Oliver Sonnen running away with the championship with 166 points. Jonathan Lilly with 94. King Pleb 71, and Ryan Sturman with 71 as well. But King Pleb will be ahead on virtue of better race results. Luke Chance with 64. Jimo Jones with 43. Stumpy Steam, can't remember who he is, 37. Retro Rixie on 28. Enough Classic, 27. Blaztic, 27. Hussein Marquez with 24 points. Then you've got me with 23. Jaleb with 20 points. Damian Lightoller with 16. Devin Little with 8. Frados with 7. Carp Mad Judd, I'm trying to remember who he is again. 2 points. Evoxy with 2 points. And Andrew Jashk and Leg Up Racing yet to score. In the Constructors' Championship, it is a 2-horse race. You've got Red Bull leading the X3 as they are in X1. 168 points. Renault with 158 points, 10 points behind. Racing Point with 99. Ferrari with 80. Williams 73. McLaren 59. Mercedes 55. Haas 50. Alfa Romeo 43. And Toro Rosso with 34. So that is what's happening as far as the standings are concerned. Now it's time to get into the news. So, the news. We've got our latest set of recruits. And oh boy, this is going to be fun. We've got Cameron Emerson, Andres Mauricio Montes Villamizar, and Eric Gomez. Those are our latest recruits to Formula 2. And we have got the return to commentary this week of Matt Dixon. Returning to commentary this evening after a period of absence. Matt, welcome back to commentary. We look forward to hearing you on commentary this evening. And after tonight, folks, we have got contract negotiations going on right now as we speak. We've got contracts on the go. But what is going to happen as far as who goes where is concerned? Well, you'll need to tune in next week to find out. And then we have got the polls that were put into place. So we had a survey of 21 of our racers. We've got Bryce Falconer. People are wondering if Bryce is going to reach his goal of 40 points. 42% said yes, he will. 33% have said no, he won't. And 23% have said, nah, don't care. Well, it was actually 43, 33, and 24. And for the... so that's if they want him to reach 40 points. Do they think he'll reach 40 points? Getting a good result tonight. Let's find out what the polls said. 52% have said no, 48% have said yes. And we have got polls asking who they think will win the British Grand Prix this evening. Gareth Lambourne, Ben Hazelwood, and Bryce Falconer in the running, but a majority of people have said, nah, Stephen Harrison will win his home race. For a lot of the drivers in the league, it is their home race this evening, and this weekend for that matter. So, on to this week's events. Formula 2 race took place at Silverstone to get the F2 drivers ready for this weekend. Patrick Roscoe winning the feature race, Arthur Bowler second, and Dean Barry in third. And for the sprint race, you had Oliver Sonnen winning the sprint race, Jonathan Lilly in second, Anthony Bauer in third. The overall results were Patrick Roscoe at the top of the standings, Oliver Sonnen in second, and Arthur Bowler in third. Big congratulations to those guys. And now on to the Knockout Cup. And we had a full grid for the Knockout Cup this week. Chris Harley, 2-1 against Oliver Sonnen. Anthony Wallington, 3-0 loss to Arthur Bowler. Matt Anderson, 2-1 against Boothie, whoever he is. Stephen Harrison, 2-1 against Scott Larvin. Jamie Keats, 3-0 against Ryan Sturman. Anthony Bauer, 3-0 against Jonathan Lilly. Liam Hardman, 2-1 against Ben Hazelwood. Matt Piccolo, 3-0 against Jerome Isaiah Lammy. Matt Dixon, 3-0 loss to me in a battle of the commentators, but it won't be the last time we have a battle of the commentators on that night. Tommaso Cosmi and Monty Wilson, 2-1 to Tommaso. Into the quarterfinals now, and we had Arthur Bowler, 2-1 loss to Matt Piccolo. Chris Harley, 3-0 against Liam Hardman. Anthony Bauer, 2-1 against Tommaso Cosmi. Matt Anderson, 2-1 loss to me. Jamie Keats, 3-0 loss to Stephen Harrison. And then you've got Anthony Bauer getting a bye into the final, so he skipped straight through the semis. Anthony Bauer getting a bye because he got the fastest lap of the race in the quarterfinals. Stephen Harrison, 2-1 win against me. Chris Harley, 2-1 against Matt Piccolo. And then we've got Chris Harley winning the final, Anthony Bauer second, and Stephen Harrison in third. And we actually have a spectacular screenshot of what happened during that final. Yeah, to quote Nico Hulkenberg, yep, team radio speaks for itself, really. But yeah, congratulations to Chris Harley for winning this week's Knockout Cup. Now we've got the classic elimination event, which took place last night. The 2008 McLaren MP423. That was what was used last night. Oliver Sonnen in third, Chris Harley in second, and Joe Newman in third. I just missed out on a place in the top three at Belgium. Ironically, the same place I got eliminated in the Knockout Cup. But yeah, congratulations to Oliver Sonnen for winning the classic elimination this week. So now all the news and events and results are out of the way. Let's get into the preview of this week's action. So here we go. It is Silverstone. 7 out of the 10 F1 teams on the grid are based here in the UK, and 4 out of the 20 drivers on the F1 grid from last season born in the UK. Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, Alex Albon, and Lando Norris. And interestingly, the accents across the country change noticeably every 25 miles. Home as well to William Shakespeare, Charles Darwin, John Lennon, Winston Churchill, and of course, Sky Sports F1 commentator Martin Brundle and our current 6-time champion, Lewis Hamilton. It's a great circuit. This has been changed slightly from its bridge layout. It is 3.66 miles long, 2 DRS zones, 1 down the Hangar Straight and 1 down the Wellington Straight. We did have 3 DRS zones, 1 down the main straight as well, but that got changed. 18 corners, 8 to the left, 10 to the right, and these are some of the action zones to look out for. Village corner at the start of the 2018 race, Hamilton and Raikkonen. Hamilton, great recovery drive from him. And then you've got turn 9 Cops, also at the same race. Carlos Sainz and Romain Grosjean going wheel to wheel. And then round Stowe, Nigel Mansell and Nelson Piquet, 1987. The 3 tyre compounds we have with us this weekend are the hardest of the Pirelli range. You've got the C3 for the softs, 9 to 17 laps, predicting they'll last, and the C2 for the medium, 18 to 26 laps, and the C1s for the hards, looking at 26 to 34 laps. And pit stop times, you're looking at 27 to 28 seconds for your pit stop. So that is it for this week's episode of the TOTD Show, and we cannot wait to have our homecoming this weekend. Hope you guys are staying safe during this outbreak and during the lockdown here in the UK as well. And if you've got if you're in the middle of a lockdown where you are, wherever you are in the world, stay home, stay safe, and you've got plenty of F1 action to look forward to this week. You've got the TOTD action this evening, 8 p.m. UK time. Matt Dixon back on commentary this evening, and then we've also got the XRL action starting from 5 p.m. this Sunday evening. You've got X1, then X3 at 7, overlapping with X2 at 8. So with all that in mind, we will see you guys out on the track at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix this weekend. Until then, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.